Just make sure that microphone.
How you been, all right?
I've been all right, but all the better for seeing you, Buddy. Look who we've got here, Buddy Mcgirt, Hall of Famer. Hall of Famer, and he's back here in the UK. Welcome back, Buddy. How are you to start off with? That's where we'll start.
I'm great, thank you.
Press conference today, Dillian. One thing I will say, though, before we start, I don't know what you're doing to him out there, but he looks in really good shape.
Well, he's been working. You know, he's going to school. Like every day, we work on something. He keeps drilling it over. We start at 7. Sometimes we're not done till 9, 10 o'clock because he wants to get it right. And he does it over. Then he'll record it. Then he'll see something. Then he'll send me the video. And he'll call me and say, look at the video. I got to do this more. So, you know, yeah, he's like a little kid in school.
So what is it like training somebody like that, but somebody that wants to learn, somebody that's aware that they're still making mistakes and they want you to help them rectify that?
It's the greatest feeling in the world. I mean, because that means that they appreciate you and what you're trying to teach them. So it's the greatest feeling in the world. It's when you get guys that want to argue with you. That's why I tell the fighter, listen, there's the door. Take care and good luck.
How did you find him at the top table? What, like, energy that you got from him? Because I saw you looking at both of them when they were both speaking. I saw you taking that in. What were your thoughts on the top table?
I thought it was great. You know, I wasn't around for the last fight. And everyone was telling me this, that. So I'm like, okay, is this shit going to jump off? That's what I was looking for. I was looking for an exit. You know what I mean? But nothing happened. I was looking at the body language.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And you know, when I saw Dill, was just like, I'm like, all right, we're good now. We're good.
What kind of energy did you get from Anthony Joshua? Did you get, you know what, I'm not going to put words in your mouth. What did you see from his opponent?
I see a guy that's confident and is coming to win. You know what I mean? I think he feels he has a lot to prove. I think they both do. So that's what's going to make the fight more interesting.
What does this fight mean to Dillian? Because Dillian seems to be somebody that he likes to avenge his losses. He's mentioned that. He likes to right his wrongs. Mm-hmm. So when he's like focused on Anthony Joshua, what do you think this like means to him that the fight is finally over the line? Of course, with him, you know, going on radio shows and getting his point across to get that ball rolling.
Well, you know, I just think that personally it means a lot to him. I mean, I think because everyone always throws this in his face the last fight. Yes. You know what I mean? And I think sometimes, you know, the person like, you know what, I'm going to show you MFs that I can take care of this business. And I think that's what's giving him that extra fire.
Did you watch his fight with Tyson Fury? Like, obviously to study Dillian. No. Did you see it? You've never watched it?
Dillian's fight?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know.
The only reason why I asked that is if you've looked over stuff that he's done then and stuff that he needed to work on. Because something that he did in that fight, like you said, you've never watched it. He came out southpaw. Now, traditionally, we know that Anthony Joshua doesn't like southpaws. I'm not asking you to give any game plans away.
No, that's not even going to happen.
Okay.
I mean, I'm letting you know that right now. No southpaw. No. After the fight, if he wants to turn southpaw, go ahead. But during the fight, no. We don't have time for that.
Elaborate. We don't have time for that. What does it mean to like switch stance like that for a fighter that is naturally orthodox?
Well, you know,
it sounds like a common sense question, but buddy, it's happened.
Some guys can do it. Yeah. You know what I mean? And if your opponent is expecting that, then you know they're gonna walk you. They're gonna tempt you to come southpaw because they see that's when you go southpaw, you're very vulnerable. Okay. So we can't have that.
When we look at vulnerabilities, and like I said, I'm not asking you to give away any game plans, but when you see vulnerabilities, or say, for example, Anthony Joshua's strengths, what can Dillian take away from Anthony Joshua to ensure that he stays in control of that fight? Because they both come forward, they're both quite aggressive.
That's where it's got to be. It's got to be a dog fight. There can't be no other way. It's got to be a dog fight. It can't be a boxing match. You know, I told Dill we can't sit out here try to stick and move. No, we gotta bring it.
That is quite a contrast because I remember speaking to him after his last fight with Jermaine, and he was like, "I was doing what I was told to do. I was told." Dillian saying that
he was injured.
Okay.
So we had to do what was working. And that what was working, so we had to stick to it. A lot of people hit me up. How could you do that? But I'm saying to myself, you don't know what the hell was going on. I mean, did I want to send him out for the kill? Yeah. Did he want to go for the kill? Yeah. But I know he couldn't. I know he couldn't. His left hand, he couldn't throw the hook like he wanted to. You know, he hurt his elbow 2 weeks before the fight, you know, and he refused to pull out. I mean, so I had to make an adjustment. I'm like, you know what I mean? But we got the job done. That's all that matters.
Do you think you can't? I guess you can't even really speak for Anthony Joshua, but like you said, he's got to go all out from the first bell. We haven't got time to be in a boxing match.
No.
It has to be a dogfight. Do you think Anthony Joshua is going to come with that same mindset? Like you said, he sat up there, he's relaxed, but he knows what Dillian brings, and likewise, Dillian knows what AJ brings.
I think he's going to try to walk Dylan into stuff.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Set a trap for him. You know what I mean? So we can't give him time to set those traps. That's just the reality of it. You know, we can't give him time to set those traps. Can't do it. If we do it, then, you know, then we shit out of luck.
Dillian, hopefully, is going to get the W. You're a man that's honest. I remember the conversation that we had about if a fighter's done, you've got the cigar. The cigar is waiting.
It's waiting. I always keep a cigar.
For those of us that don't know, tell us the story about the cigar, buddy, because this is something that stuck with me, and I remember it from when we spoke last year.
I used to smoke cigars a lot. I haven't. 6 years since I've had a cigar.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So I tell every fighter, when I feel it's over, I'm going to hand you a nice Cohiba and tell you to sit back and enjoy it. It's self-explanatory. That means the game is over.
Tell us about the fighter that you offered him, but he just didn't want to take it.
Yeah, he refused. He was like, I can't do it, buddy. Just give me one more shot. Give me one more shot. Please, please, please. I'm begging you. I'm begging you. I said, homeboy, take it. Enjoy it.
The only reason why I ask that is because you're not just a fighter. You're a good trainer as well. Not every ex-fighter, and we've had these conversations off camera, make good trainers. Somebody that is able to oversee everything, look at it like a horizon and say, you know what, I can see what's going to happen here. We've got to make the right decision for you. The fighter might not be able to see it at that time, but
Right.
What makes you stand out from the rest, buddy? The way you see things, the way you deliver to your fighters.
I think that, no, honestly, I think that I was meant to be a trainer.
Okay.
I started boxing on my birthday, January 17th, 1976 to be exact. I started boxing. My 12th birthday, I started boxing. The very next day when I woke up, I wanted to be a trainer because I love the challenge of teaching someone using the brain. And then with all my experiences in boxing, I said it was destined for me. Just the way the people that I had the pleasure of being around, the former great trainers, the former great champions, you know, I was able to pick their brains every day. You know, I mean, how many fighters can sit and say that? Jersey Joe Walcott, who was heavyweight champion in 1951, I believe, fought Joe Louis twice. How many fighters can say that this man will come watch him train? He used to come watch me train 3 times a week. And then I would pick his brain every chance I got. I got a chance to spend time with the great Ray Arcel, the great Eddie Futch, the great Georgie Benton. I got the privilege of spending time with these guys, days, and just picking their brains every day, every day, every day, every day. And I said, you know what, man, you was meant to be a trainer. So while I was fighting, I used to train amateurs. You know what I mean? I was preparing myself for life after boxing.
And that is why I'd say that you're intelligent. But there is something that's even more exciting about these fights. It's 2 ex-American fighters in the corner of each British fighter. British Nigerian, British Jamaican, however you want to look at it, they're British fighters.
Right.
This is IQ versus IQ. This is the 2 of you literally sitting in each corner. And I can't keep still because I'm excited of trying to figure each other out. Round by round.
Exactly.
How does that make you feel?
I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited. You know what I mean? The key, you know, is like, okay, you trying to do that? Okay, I'm going to get my guy to do this. You know what I mean? You went there with your check. I like to play checkers. I don't like to play chess. Takes too long to play chess. You know what I mean? All right, you move there? Well, I'm going to go here. I'm going to get a double jump on you. You know what I mean? I'm going to set the trap. It's called the overlay for the underplay.
It is exciting because it's literally going to be your 2 IQs going against each other, especially, say, for example, I know you said they're going to go all out, but at some points it could be quite a boxing match between the 2 of them because I will say that, you know, both of them, Dillian, like you said, self-admittedly, he wants to learn how to box, to really use the skills that he's got. And we've seen that Anthony Joshua's also gone away and wants to become that all-rounded fighter. So there is going to be possibly a time in that fight when it is
The key is
trainer versus trainer.
we have to put pressure, but it's got to be controlled, smart pressure. I mean, that's the key.
And your prediction then? How do you see it going?
Hey, I just see us getting the victory. I don't care how we get it, by hook or crook. Yeah, by any means necessary. I don't care, just as long as we get it.
A healthy, thriving gym. Dan Azeez, who obviously I get on with quite well. Unfortunately, it seems as if he's going to be fighting another fighter that I get on with quite well. Joshua Bouts, once again, 2 British fighters with American trainers. How is Dan Azeez getting on in camp?
He's doing great. He's back. We was in Florida. He's back here now in the UK. You know what I mean? And now we're just waiting to see when the fight is finalized, and then we go from there.
Dan Azeez, it wasn't rumoured that he was offered to skip over Bouts being number 1, himself being number 2, to go straight for Bivol. You being in the game as a fighter as well, what makes it better for him to fight Joshua Bouts first before fighting Bivol? And that's from a fighter's point of view.
Yeah, that's that. I mean, to fight a guy like Bivol, I believe that you should fight guys that's going to get you ready for Bivol. You got to, your prior fights have to be guys that's preparing you for that title fight. Just so when you get there, no matter what he does, you've already seen.
And we talk about Bivol, another established fighter, but you've got Callum Smith. Callum Smith going up against the hard hitter, Artur Beterbiev, a fighter that I actually like his style of fighting. With Callum, how do you see him coming up against somebody like Artur? What's going to make him win that fight?
This. It's got to be smart on on how he attacks. Can't make no mistakes.
Well, you can't when you're in the ring with Beterbiev, because Beterbiev, once he gets inside, he's going to dismantle you.
Yes. So, but he's got to earn it. Yeah, right?
We love it. There's so much noise going on in the background. They're literally packing away as we speak. Buddy, it's always a pleasure. I can't wait to see you fight week, but hopefully I'll see you again this week. Who knows? Hi, and thank you for watching October Red Boxing. Like, subscribe, and tap the bell for notifications. You can also find us on Instagram at October Red Boxing and on Twitter, October Red UK. And remember, at October Red, we stay ready.